Hi, boys and girls. Mrs. Kappel here. How are you today? I hope you are enjoying your warm Thursday. Yes, my dears, today is Thursday, June 4th, but I bet you're wondering, what will our next color be? That's right. So I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to trace my number 4. Now, I know you know this is not a pencil, but I think it's much easier for you to see. So I'm going to go down and over and down some more. That's the way we make a 4. Alrighty, here it comes. Are you ready? What will our color be? Yellow, that's right. I chose yellow because I have been looking at all the beautiful flowers in my garden, and these are so bright and sunshiny. I thought yellow would be a great color for our pattern. So our pattern hasn't really started yet, okay, but I will add my yellow circle down at the bottom. So now this becomes possibly an A, B, C, D pattern. We will find out tomorrow what happens with our calendar. Okay, my friends, I hope you are practicing your numbers and yes, you are writing them so beautifully. I saw so excuse me. I saw so many of you writing such really nice numbers when we were doing our math scavenger hunt. I know it was great fun for all of you. Are you counting to 100 and practicing? Can you go beyond 100? First grade teachers are going to want to know that you can count even higher than 100, and I think you can. Are you practicing your addition and your subtraction facts? Are you adding really fast? 4 plus 4, that's a doubles fact. 2 plus 2, that's a doubles fact. Are you subtracting as well? 5 take away 2, 4 take away 1. You've got to be able to know those facts really quick and fast. And how about your reading? I know you're doing lots of good reading. I can't wait to see what you have been reading lately. Well, speaking of reading, I thought maybe I would read another book about sea turtles. For some reason, I brought home about 4 books on sea turtles, so I thought I should find a nonfiction book. That's right, because we are reading lots of nonfiction books. We're having nonfiction play dates with our family. We are doing lots of avid reading, and these were all the books that I had in my pile for ocean, for that big topic that I love so much. Okay, so this is actually a really good book by National Geographic Kids. Now, this is a typical nonfiction book. It has a table of contents. It has lots of interesting facts. It has a glossary at the back, which is wonderful. And the glossary is just for some of those special words that you find that are related strictly to this topic. And it helps you to learn more vocabulary words, learn more words about your story. Okay, so let's get on. Now look at the table of contents. It's kind of big. There's a lot of pages here, so I'm going to get right to it. A sea turtle is the first section, starts on page 4. What hatches on land but spends its life in the sea? What starts out the size of a ping pong ball but can grow up to 7 feet long? A sea turtle. See, lots of facts that you can go back and say, wow, and teach your family about, your partners. Sea turtles are graceful swimmers in the water. Their flippers move like wings. So this is the leatherback sea turtle. Sea turtles travel the world in warm ocean waters. They are one of the few reptiles that live in the sea. Do you know of other reptiles? I know dinosaurs are a favorite reptile of some of my friends. A sleek body helps the turtle move easily through the water. This is called the green sea turtle. So The scales on its shell are so small it's almost hard to see them, but they're called scutes. The back flippers steer the turtle as it swims, and their large, powerful flippers here up in the front act like paddles. A sea turtle has lungs because it breathes air. A sea turtle holds its breath underwater. Wow. Just like just like I do. Do you do that as well? Okay, next section is called Meet the Turtle. There are 7 kinds of sea turtles in the world. Each has special features. So this is the loggerhead turtle, and it's the most common sea turtle in the southeastern United States, and it gets its name from its large head. This is the flatback turtle. Obviously, it has a flat body, and it's the only sea turtle that doesn't live in the United States waters. It lives near Australia. And this is the olive ridley. It has an olive-colored shell, and it's shaped like a heart. Remember Lucia's mom talked about the olive ridley? So this is the hawksbill turtle. It cannot dive deep. It spends most of its time on the water's surface. This is the green turtle. It has a small head, and it goes on shore to warm itself in the sun. So this is, oh, that's right, Kemp's Ridley. Oh, I'm sorry, not Olive Ridley. There's 2 Ridleys. I didn't know that. The Kemp's Ridley, that's this one. He likes shallow waters, and it's the world's most endangered sea turtle. Kemp's Ridley and Olive Ridley. Wow, I just learned something. There's 2 turtles named Ridley. So, what does endangered mean? Endangered is a word that's used for some animals that do not have a lot of numbers of them on the earth. That means they're at risk of dying out for lots of reasons. Maybe because they're hunted, or because their habitat or their environment where they live is being taken over by people who are building on it. So those are some of the reasons why a sea creature or any kind of animal is endangered. Okay, so this is the leatherback turtle, and it does not have a hard shell. It's kind of got a rubbery skin. Nest building. A female sea turtle comes on land to lay her eggs. She usually returns to the same beach where she hatched. Scientists aren't sure how sea turtles know where to go. They think sea turtles know by instinct. So these are female olive ridley sea turtles. The sea turtle digs a hole with her back flippers. She lays her eggs and covers them in the sand, and then she returns to the sea. So that's a female green sea turtle right here. Oh, so what you're seeing here, here she is using her flippers to kick the sand so she can make a hole. Oh, baby. Correct. The eggs hatch after 50 to 70 days. Tiny turtles called hatchlings crawl out of their eggshells. A hatchling is a young animal that has just come out of its egg. Do you know of other animals that hatch from eggs? They are less than 3 inches long, and this is about 3 inches right there. Like about the size of a grown-up's finger. Hatchlings usually crawl toward the sea at night. In the dark, they're hidden from predators. The little turtles follow the brightest light. The line where the sky meets the sea is the brightest natural light on a beach. That's why some communities that know that turtles come out of the ocean to hatch, to lay their eggs, they try to keep the lights down low so that the babies don't follow the street lights, that they follow the light where the sun has set, the horizon. If the hatchlings follow this light, they will make it to the sea. Big and small. The smallest sea turtles are the Kemp's Ridley and the olive Ridley. Adults are about 2 feet long and they weigh up to 100 pounds. This is the Kemp's Ridley. The largest sea turtle is the leatherback. It can grow up to 7 feet long and weigh more than 2,000 pounds. That's about the weight of 10 men put together. And 7 feet, that's like as long as a car. Huh, I didn't know turtles grew that big. Munch, munch, munch. What's for lunch? Most sea turtles eat plants and animals. They dine on algae and seagrasses. They also munch on crab and conch. What's algae? Algae is simple, non-flowering plants that do not have stems, they don't have roots, they don't have leaves. It's just kind of like a green moss is what it kind of looks like, but it grows in the water. If you have a fish tank, and if you recall from our fish tank at school, you might see that big suckerfish eating the green stuff that's growing on the glass. That's algae. Jellyfish are a favorite food for many sea turtles. But plastic trash can look like jellyfish in the ocean, and that means trouble. Swallowing trash can hurt and even kill sea turtles. So here's a jellyfish. Here's a plastic bag. Can you see how a turtle could get confused by the two? And what would happen if he swallowed a whole plastic bag like that? I know. That's why some turtles are in danger. Trash isn't the only danger to sea turtles. Fishing nets and hungry animals can harm them too. So this is a hawksbill sea turtle that got caught in a net. Sometimes fishermen just abandon their nets. They leave them. And that's really bad for turtles and other sea creatures because they get tangled up in them. Building lights confuse hatchlings so they don't reach the sea. Yeah, lots of people like to live near the ocean because it's beautiful. And so they build lots and lots of apartments and hotels and things. Sometimes people can even step on a sea turtle nest by accident. What would happen then? Yeah, they would break the eggs. Sea turtle rescue. In 2010, that's 10 years ago, before you all were born, a giant oil spill leaked into the Gulf of Mexico. Oil covered sea animals and washed up on beaches. Oil is dangerous to people and wildlife. So this kind of oil is the kind that gets processed for people's cars and trucks to drive. And they're carried by large tanker ships in the ocean. And that oil ship sprung a leak, and that's what happened. And all of that oil leaked out onto the beaches, and it made lots and lots of sea creatures sick. So you can see here. So what's going on here in this page, that is a Kemp's Ridley sea turtle right there. He's covered in oil. Kind of don't recognize him, do you? Yeah, he's kind of got that really yucky gunk thing. Let's go back to that Kemp's Ridley so you can see. There he is there, all nice and healthy. And here he is now. He'll be okay because there's a rescuer right there. And what they're going to do, they're going to wash him up, clean him up. Here you go. People in charge of a sea turtle rescue program in Louisiana saved many sea turtles. So you see these people have gloves on and they're soaping them up. The rescuers cleaned the turtles and gave them medicine, and people cared for them until they could be returned to sea. So they use regular dishwashing soap and a little bit of a gentle scrub brush. And there they go, back to the ocean. And there he is, the Kemp's Ridley sea turtle. Okay, my friends, well, let's finish up. You don't need to work at a sea turtle hospital to help turtles. Here are a few things you can do to keep them safe. Pick up trash on the beach. If you go to the beach with your family this summer, make sure that you collect all your trash. And then if you see some trash, pick it up. Number two, don't release balloons into the air. A lot of people do that. They like balloons and then they set them free, like for a wedding or something. Don't release them into the air because they end up in the ocean. And again, a turtle might mistake it for its favorite food, the jellyfish. Now, if you go on vacation, turn out the lights that could be seen from the beach. Loggerheads, turtle nesting area. Do you see that sign there? Read the beach warning signs and try to avoid the turtle nesting areas. And number 5, tell your classmates what you've learned. Tell your family, tell your cousins. Get on Facebook and tell families and people that you know, hey, let's share this with grandma. Let's share this with auntie and uncle. Okay, and this is our glossary. So these are some of the words that we talked about. Algae, endangered, hatchling, instinct, behavior that animals are born knowing how to do. Predator, an animal that eats other animals. And reptile, a cold-blooded animal that lays eggs and has a backbone and scaly skin. Okay, so those are our glossary terms. Okay, so my friends, I hope you enjoyed learning lots and lots about sea turtles. I really wanted to read this book because it was just so full of facts that made me wonder so much about them. Well, that's all for now, my friends. Bye-bye for now.